Welcome back, and it's time to refocus on the FIFA Club World Cup here. And Shane is back as we talk about teams, the German teams. And what a start from a German point of view from the German champions in Bayern Munich. Talk about being serious about this tournament and sending out a serious message. 10-0 win over Oakland City.
Yeah, 10-0 win, but you got to look at Auckland City and where they come from. A bunch of amateurs.
Yeah.
They had to leave certain guys behind because they couldn't get leave to come and play in this tournament, which is a bit sad.
Yeah.
But you also look at them as a team. Their salary is capped at £66 a week per player. So per player
Big
gets
difference,
a salary cap of £66.
Sure.
And you take Harry Kane earning £400,000.
Yeah.
So you got to look at that.
Sure.
In total last year, they earned £488,000 in prize money. In total the whole year.
Ooh.
But you look at this, they're going to get 2.6 million for this tournament. So you look at it and say, well, you know, it's well worth their while. But yeah, you got to look at the golf. It is an amateur team, but you've got to get the result anyway. Well done to Bayern.
Great start to Bayern, but when you look at the other two teams quickly, Barca and Benfica, 2-2 scoreline, but what a game and what quality.
Great game.
What quality there, both sides, yeah?
Great game, yeah. Like you said, quality in both sides. Very, very good game.
So it don't get any easier for Bayern.
No, it's not going to get easier, but you know, they've got the result now and they just got to get one more out of it. So, but it was a very good result for them. And Benfica, I thought were well worth the draw there.
Now, let's move over to Group F, the group that's currently topped by a South African side, Sundowns, after a good start against Ulsan. But there's the German side, Borussia Dortmund, and they, of course, drew with Fluminense, no the scoreline here. Yeah. And, well, we know Dortmund. We know what they've done in the past. And is this a sign of yet another South American side that's just as tough as we feared they might be?
Yeah,
Fluminense scoreline here, I mean.
Yeah, Fluminense is a tough team. You know, they came up against Dortmund and they got the result. They got the point that they needed. That's all they were worried about because I think for them, they looked at this as their toughest game. But they also got to play Sundowns and they mustn't take them lightly. I mean, you know, Sundowns got the result in their first game. So they got the 3 points where the other two teams only got the 1 point. Yeah. So all to play for in this group. But for me, Fluminense are one of those dark teams. You know, you can't write them off. I think they're going to go very far in the tournament. I think they're a very good side. I think that for this game, this game against Oakland, they were happy with the point. You know, going forward, it's going to be difficult. They should get the job done here against Ulsan. We all saw how they played. They're also a good side. But I think they'll get the job done against them. And it's going to see who goes between Sundowns and Dortmund.
Well, one could argue those are the two toughest teams in the group that ended with a 0-0 scoreline. But one could also argue then it might get easier going forward for the Brazilians after playing the Germans, or the Germans after playing the Brazilians with Mamelodi Sundowns up next for Dortmund. That's a big game. And Sundowns so close now to sealing a spot in the next group, but jeepers, what a test coming up. Real test.
Basically, you know, Sundowns will need a point to have a very good chance of qualifying. Yeah. So can they go into this game looking and saying, well, we need a point. Do we go out and attack like we normally do? Do we try and change our way of playing, park the bus? Sundowns can't park the bus. They don't play that type of football. So it'll be an entertaining game. But I just hope that they can get the result. You know, if they get another point, it's 4 points and they're looking good. And then the Germans are under pressure because they've only got 2. Because I do think Fluminense will get the point, which will also put them on 4. So you look at it, this is going to be a tight group. And I think this could go down to the last games, again, because of the whole dynamics in it. I'm just hoping Sundowns they thought, well, we've done the hard work, we've got our first victory. This is a lot easier. It's not. It's going to be a lot harder for them going forward, but I'm sure they're professional enough to understand that.
In this case, someone will be asking the importance of an upset for either Sundowns or Ulsan against Dortmund or Fluminense for them to just upset the cart a bit here. Is it important for one of these two sides to have an upset? Keep in mind, a draw will be seen as an upset.
Yeah, draw will be seen as upset. So, you know, for me, I can't see Ulsan doing it. I really can't. But Sundowns, we can't write them off. They've done well. They've got quality players. They seem to have come right now and starting to play very well again. So for me, important to try and just get 1 point out of this game against Dortmund.
It's going to be an exciting group here, and well, fingers crossed for Mamelodi Sundowns. And from our point of view, since we discussed German football as well, fingers crossed for Borussia Dortmund. Now, we look into Hollywood bets, and they're giving back to all things good in South African sports. Jerry Skosana will be joining us. We'll be talking about the Kaba Cup out in Umlazi. So as promised, joined by the ambassador for Hollywood Best, that being Jerry Skosana, who was at the Kaba Cup out in Umlazi. Hollywood Best giving back once again. Jerry, tell us about everything that happened up at Umlazi, since you're a traveling man with Hollywood Best one of these days.
Wow, what a tournament. I mean, what I've experienced is something out of this world. To be honest, you can always give it to the supporters. I mean, the people that came in numbers. Because the most difficult part of this tournament is like, if you're going to go to the final, you need to play 4 games in 2 days because they've got 16 teams, and then on a Saturday they've got 4 venues where all 4 teams are playing to have the winners there to qualify for the semi-finals on the following day, where it's Kings Wellington. But, you know, the talent that you see, I think also the field that they are using, it's just conducive for good football. That's where you could see good players, because there's no complaint of bumpy pitch or in the gravel, as we call it, a kasi. You know, for me, it was just something out of this world. I can always say it's the World Cup of KZN. I saw something different, the talent, you know, the way these players are playing. That's why KZN is gonna come. It's gonna come. If there are teams that are looking after these young boys, I think there is big talent that I saw in this Kaba Cup.
So let's find out more about what happened out in Umlazi.
As the sun rises in KwaZulu, so does the spirit of the Kaba Cup, with football taking center stage in Umlazi. This isn't a normal football tournament.